I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
So the battle continues on many fronts, and not all battles are as important to the war as others, right? This is not a Stalingrad or the Battle of the Bulge, but it's important nonetheless. I want to report from the front lines of this battle in the video game quadrant because it's somewhat important. Because video games, if Trump was smart, he would somehow reach out and help young men and women too, and start making fun of the video games that come out that are nothing but leftist propaganda. So the battle here between left and right, producers and parasites. Today's a pretty big day, or yesterday, 2 days ago, is a pretty big day because a video game dropped called Ghost of Yotei. Most of you do have sex and you have a life, so you won't know what that is. Well, there's a game before that called Ghost of Tsushima, which is hands down one of the best video games ever. It is in my top 5. It is a phenomenal game. It's about a Japanese samurai who helps fight off the Mongol invasion in 1200 something AD. My knowledge of Japanese history is limited. And just an outstanding game on all fronts, and everybody loved it. And then the left got a hold of it. And of course, you're going to do a sequel, and it was set up for a sequel. Everyone loved the hero. Tsushima is an island. The Mongols didn't just invade Tsushima to be historic. You had no better of a setup to make sequels, like on a Grand Theft Auto level. That's how much potential this game had. And we're going to do Ghost of Yotei. I think Yotei is another island. Like, here we go. Oh boy, I get to play Jin Sakai again, the original hero. And no, you don't, because Girl Boss, they hired, you can, in video games, you can make whoever you want because it's graphics, but they decided to make it a female heroine. No, you just, no. You could have gotten away with that 20 years ago. People would, oh, cool, girl. All right, fine. No, and oh no, we're told it's just, oh, it's going to be honorable to the original. No, it turned out to be, what are they calling it now? They're calling it Pissed Off Lesbian. There's a game called Pissed Off Lesbian 1 and Pissed Off Lesbian 2. Oh shit, what was the first one? The Last of Us 2 is, they're calling that Pissed Off Lesbian 1, and then Ghost of Yotei, they're calling the sequel Pissed Off Lesbian 2. And it's a girl boss, and worse, the voice actress that they have for the character is anti-fun, anti-American, and anti-white dude, and whatever common standard platforms of views they're told to be popular and current thing. So there was a lot of pushback to that. And now it's irrelevant whether this is a good game or not, which it probably isn't. It's people are sick and tired of giving companies who hate us, employees that they employ who hate us. And they find out, of course, as with every video game developer out there, within their midst are people that celebrate the murder of Charlie Kirk and death of people they disagree with. And at least people on the right, like, no, we've had it. We're not giving people who want us dead in many instances our money. And then, of course, on the left side of this, which there should be a left or right side in video games, but the left insisted on it. So here we are. The left is, oh my God, no, it's not it's always not, don't believe your eyes, right? It's always don't believe your eyes. If you can't handle it, you're say as big as racist, homophobe, blah, 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 blah. It's on repeat, right? It's on repeat. Same thing. So naturally, people want to look at the sales of the game, what's going on. And by gosh, by golly, here comes well endowed Molly. It is rinse and repeat. Because if you could believe it, there is a thing called games journalism. There are websites that cover the video game industry. Surprise, they're all leftists. Surprise. And they went and ran with a source that said Ghost of Yotei sold 1.3 or 1.2 million copies on the first day, which is more than Ghost of Tsushima did. And look, see, ha, 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 take that, you fascists, take that, chuds. Chuds is a word that the left in this battle, no one's getting laid, left or right. The leftists who also don't get laid referred to the rightists as chuds, which I don't know what that means, but it's a word they came up with and they thought it was very clever. I think even Jason Schreier, who we'll get to later, mentioned it. So that source was, trust me, bro. That source did not come from Sony, ultimately the company responsible for producing and selling Ghost of Yotei. It was just some internet tweet from somebody, and the journalist. This is the 40th incarnation, the 40th repeat of this game. The leftist journalists, who are not journalists, they're hacks, went and ran with this. It's outselling. And then it reminded me, I'm like, this is such a broken record. Didn't something similar happen the last time this happened, where a really big video game that came out? What almost note for note, this happened with another game called Dragon Age Veilguard. Also, people not getting laid. And this is that video game was just, I think, a bunch of fake trans, not real trans. I have occasional clients who are real trans, and you know what? They have real jobs. They're real people. Straight people faking it so they didn't have to work at being popular, have some kind of value or accomplishment. They turned it into a lesbian, gay, trans soap opera. It was rank Marxist leftist bullshit propaganda. The game was shit on top of it. You can have a leftist video game and have it still be good. It's possible, but like, do you remember when leftists actually had talent and skill? Right, they were their actual creative part. Like, go back in the day. I'm trying to think of who's known to be a leftist and was creative. We're talking boomer era. Well, now the leftists have no skills whatsoever, or ability, so they can't even make good video games or movies or art or anything. At least back in the day, leftists they were artistic. They're creative. Well, that ain't the case now. So the game sucked on top of it. And so Dragon Age the Veilguard, and sure enough, leftists who don't play the video game had to make it sound like the game was selling. And so there was this one guy, part of the games journalism media, and his name is Jason Schreier. It is my opinion, the man is a shill. He is a leftist. He is he's not worth mentioning, only insofar as he put his foot in his mouth a year ago when this came out. But the man is irrelevant. He's just another millennial leftist who says millennial leftist things that he was told to say because current popular thing. But he works at Bloomberg, or maybe he did work at Bloomberg, but he's ensconced within the media, and the media is America's or any country's nervous system. It tells us what's going on. And this is where it's very important. You have journalists, like real journalists doing real reporters, not shills, not hacks, not propagandists. So he came out on his tweet when I think it's Dragon Age Veilguard, or it was Concord. I couldn't remember. It doesn't matter. It's the same leftist propaganda being portrayed as a video game. And on day one, it sold, and some actual data came out. He says, "Go woke, go oops, top of the charts." Well, maybe that one day it sold a lot, but it tanked after. Or it was found out that also those sales figures were bogus. They were not true. It doesn't matter. What ended up happening in a couple days, it turned out that Dragon Age Veilguard, which I'm pretty sure that's what it was, sales were faltering, and people started retweeting that and say, "Hey, what's up, Jason? What's going on? What happened, bro?" And he took the tweet down. So I am not a journalist, right? I didn't major in journalism. I don't have that blessing. I didn't go to the Columbia School of Journalism. I'm a nobody because I don't have a degree. And I don't work at Bloomberg, and I don't live in New York, right? I think he lives in New York, just East Coast somewhere, right? I'm not part of the intelligentsia. I'm not the christened and the blessed. I'm not the chosen ones. So right now we got Ghost of Yotei. We got the same thing happening. And Jason hasn't been around. A mouth off, Jason. Batman, we need you. Somebody put up the bat signal, but it would be the Jason signal. Jason, we need you to tell us what's going on. We need your opinion. I mean, well, let's look. Are you at Bloomberg still? I mean, if you're at Bloomberg, no one lies at Bloomberg. It's very important. Oh, that was the other thing. I retweeted and he blocked me because you're a coward. Let's admit that. Is it Bloomberg? Here he is. He's at Bloomberg, which, whether you want to believe them or not, old school dinosaur media, that's professional. Jason, can you come in here and tell us what's going on? We really want your opinion. Where are you, man? Where are you, buddy? Why are you telling us that it's a go to the top of the chart? What happened, man? We need you. We threw up the Schreier bat signal. Come on, tell us that we're all fascists and that, oh, this is the greatest game ever. Come on. But it's funny watching because whether Jason opens his mouth or not it truly is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. What little data has come out about the sales is some data out of the United Kingdom where UK sales, right? This isn't all of it, are reported, right? Because am I doing better journalism than everybody else who went to the Columbia School? I remember a long time ago, I think journalism required like 2 verified factual sources before you ran with it. Or is it just make it up, bro? What is it? My Fifi's, oh my God, my Fifi's down below. Feel this. It's fact. What was I going to go with that? So the United Kingdom sales are down 40% compared to Tsushima, which is a somewhat unfair comparison because Tsushima wasn't like this big launch, right? It was the very first game of its kind. It was more of a slower burn. But right now, what seems to be facts, I don't know if you journalism majors do that anymore. So far, the best fact that seems to be gathered on the internet is sales are down somewhat significantly against the original. And I went and looked up this morning in my Betty bed and tried to find any sales, and we don't have any. There's nothing else out there. Which is why we need Jason Schreier in these gray times and in the foggy mist. Jason, our savior, please tell us what to think. Where are you? Why are you so silent this time? It will be interesting. I know. This isn't the biggest battle. This isn't the Battle of Curse. This is not the Battle of Salerno. This is a obscure battlefield, but I think it's very important. So it will be interesting to see what's happening to Ghost of Yotei. The current consensus, if you care about this, is that Tsushima was so big and the game was so good, and a lot of younger people are indifferent about politics. They'll probably buy it anyway, because what else are you going to do? How about stop giving the money people who hate you? It's just me. They're saying that it was such a juggernaut. It would be probably like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto could come in here and slap you across the face with the woke hand, and people still going to buy because it's Grand Theft Auto. So they're thinking it's going to sell okay. It's going to make a profit, but it will not achieve Ghost of Tsushima because you lost your. There's like two distinct markets. There's video game fanatics who just love video games, and you could, people are going to go to Disney no matter what. Disney adults, right? They don't care what Disney is doing to your children. They just don't care. They're going to go to Disney. Same thing. The video game purists or video game players at heart are going to get this game no matter what. But then there's roughly the other half of the market, which are normal people who love a good video game, grew up with video games. I'd be in this market where we're not just going to buy anything. A lot of us have jobs too. That would be another way to break it down. There are people who don't have jobs and live off the welfare and do Adderall for fun in the journalism majors. And then there's us who got to go work, who really love a good video game, which I love the Yakuza series. It's very simple and fun. I enjoy it very much. Who are excited about it, but since we pay taxes and we pay taxes to people who hate our guts, we're like, go fuck yourselves. And we don't have time. And so we look for a reason like, hey, I only got a certain amount of time, free time. I want to make sure my free time is spent getting the highest rate of return. So I don't have time to play crap games, which is why I regret buying Borderlands 4, because Borderlands 4 is not playable. It doesn't work. Copy it. Just okay, go buy it then. you dropped 60, 70 bucks. I'm trying to help you here, man. Wait 5 years and they work out all the bugs and it's playable. Go get the updated version. But right now, don't get it. It's just, but if you're a welfare collecting Adderall addict, well, by all means, go play Borderlands 4. You got all the time in the world. Anyway, so this market is not going to buy it. Another segment is going to be males, conservatives, libertarian types who are sick and tired of woke shit, which is a growing group of people, by the way. And it doesn't matter if the video game is really this is why I like the Yakuza series. They don't mess with things. It's just, hey, here's a new story. Same thing. Okay, cool. I have to relearn the whole button. Ghost of Tsushima, the production costs on Ghost of Yotei should have been nothing. All you had to do was change the layout. Different map, different world. Maybe different characters. No, they had to change it and make it more difficult. It should have been a slam dunk, but they're not going to, I don't think they're going to get anywhere near what Ghost of Tsushima sales were. Because they had to introduce politics, both probably in the game and the people who worked on it outside of the game. And you will see it. And I don't know, it's kind of curious, this fake world, the left. It's a fascinating, that effort is not the right word. It's a fascinating Herculean task is too small, project. It's a Herculean project the left does, where they got to, through media and the soft underbellies of all worlds and nations and societies, where they got to convince you to ignore your eyes. They have to go into the schools and the arts and the creative industries and different industries and movies and television and all that, and books, and they have to go there and put in tremendous effort. Like, look at Jason. I think he has I think you have a master's degree, don't you, Jason? And this is real work. He's got to go and work. You got to write. You got to do this. You got to, all this work to maintain a lie. No, buy the leftist slop. This is real. This is true. To give you another analogy, now people are finding out there's a cartoon for kids that involves trans propaganda on Netflix. Okay, remove what you think of that. How much money went into creating that? How many people's lives and employees who were animators and producers and whatever else goes into creating a cartoon? That is a lot of resources in terms of time, people's labor, and money that went in creating propaganda to maintain a lie, to try to convince people to ignore, one, what's happening in front of their face, and two, what they want. I'll give you a third example. How much time, think of how much in terms of GDP have we put into the U.S. economy alone, convincing people that big is beautiful, that fat women are hot. How much effort, and could that effort and time and money be, as the economist in me, like, so, well, what could we have done with that money? Like literally anything else. I'd rather have bailed out. I don't think it would reach $1.6 trillion that have gone into convincing the world that fat people or fat girls are hot. Imagine if we took that money instead and helped bail out student loans or the students from their student loans. It wouldn't reach 1.6 trillion, but it wouldn't be negligible either. It'd be something. It'd be tangible. I guess a couple $100 billion. I bet you $500 billion. If you looked at time, effort, labor, and money, we tried to continue and convince the world of the lie, this humongous apparatus that, Lizzo's hot. Lizzo's hot. I wonder how much that would have been. And what could we have done otherwise? Like, it's the same amount of money. Couldn't you have made a Ghost of Tsushima 2 that didn't have woke shit politics? No, the resources they want to put into it is fascinating. Well, Jason Schreier, hear our prayer. We really would love your opinion on this matter. We don't know what to think. We don't have advanced degrees like you. We're not East Coast leftists like you. We're not morally superior like you. Tell us what to think. What is right and what is wrong, sir? We need your guidance right now. All right, let's go to the super chat. Linus Wilson, physical sales are falling off a cliff. 1% of game sales, according to PS5, are physical. Right. The downloads, that makes it difficult too. I was kind of half tempted to stop at the GameStop and ask how much of the physical sales, and that's another angle to it, is the older people like me, or the people who aren't the big video game consumers. It's like, no, I take, it's old math. We're doing old math. We're not doing new math. I take the CD, I own it, I put it in the game, and I play it. We want the physical stuff. Younger people are okay downloading it because they don't mind not owning their video games. So the physical sales, yeah, you're right, Linus. It could be a factor. Well, it is a factor that physical sales are less. Was it physical sales in the UK? I thought it was just sales. You might be right. Linus, Yotei was top of that chart. The ranking is what was indicative grand over year. Ghost of Yotei was top the chart. Be reality based. No, I am. I saw data. I saw an article saying Ghost of Yotei is the number one video game in 2025. Like, yeah, because video games in 2025 have sucked. It's like, you're the smartest kid in a public school. Well, that doesn't say much. We'll find out. Like, I'm all for empiricism. I am. That's how I got to where I am today. It already stank. It already stank. And I want to know where the hubris and arrogance of the likes of Jason Schreier were beforehand. Where is he now? But it's to me anyway. I know right now we only got 36 people. It could be early in the morning too. Most people are not interested in my video game nerd thing. But it's going to be a curious development how we'll sell. Like I said, I think its previous reputation will carry it over, and it will make a profit. But I don't think it's going to make Tsushima sales. Guys, let me know how my audio is. This is Linux. You got to deal with it. What are your top 5 games you don't mind? My favorite all-time game is Red Dead Redemption. A very close second is Armed and Dangerous. It was a PS1 Xbox original. Like, that was by Lucasfilm when they were creative. It is charming as fuck. All right, thank you, Timo Ball. Thank you very much. What else would be? So Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima would be up there, third. What else did I really love? I'd have to look at my video game collection. They're not coming to mind. I should be able to rant these off. Red Dead Redemption, Armed and Dangerous, Ghost of Tsushima. I really liked Medal of Honor, especially adjusting for technology. What the fuck else is up there? You know, adjusting for technology, Final Fantasy 7 is really good. That's really good. Oh yes, David Rack, Witcher 3. Witcher is up there. That's a must. That's a real good game. I'd have to go through and like, because you've heard, oh my god, that one. Well, that will replace fourth place. But I'll tell you, man, you want some simple, stupid fun? Go look at those Yakuza games. There's like 8 of them, and you can get them dirt cheap now, used, and it's just a good old time. And the plots are a little over dramatic, but it's still cool. It's a pirate Yakuza, goofy. It's the character development in that is way better than there's I would say it's not top 5, but that what was the one that was very popular? The French one, the Luminaires. What the fuck was that called? Oh, for crying out loud, I can't remember it. Expedition 33. That's it. Be prepared to feel on Yakuza 6. On W3. What's W3? Oh, Witcher 3. Yeah, Witcher 3 is amazing. It's really good. No, I did not play the I tried. I tried Dark Soul 1. I am not the get good bro. I don't have time. Dark Souls, I played the one where it came out of South Korea and everyone got their panties in a bundle because the female protagonist. There was a female protagonist. She was hot. I tried that one, and that was too hard. And then I got Black Myth Wukong. These are all great games. Way too hard. I have a job. I am not a Democrat welfare collecting bum who snorts Adderall. I have shit to do. And people are, dude, get better, bro. Just get better. Get good, bro. I'm like, guys, that was my main complaint about Expedition 33. I had to learn. You cannot conquer the game without learning to parry. And the timing and and that was the one thing I hated about Expedition 33. I'm like, dude, really? This is the gimmick. Everything's amazing about this game, but now it's a gimmick. No, I don't have time to spend 15 minutes fighting a boss and not win because I didn't time it exactly right on the parry. No. Oh, yes, Michael Molth. Yes, Borderlands 2 and the prequel sequel. Those are excellent. Excellent games. And they work. But yes, those super hard games. No, man, I don't have the time. Not my cup. I know people love them, but not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. I operate here, I yell and scream on the internet, and then I go hike and I lift weights, and then I'm working on everything in the house in the Southern Command. When I play a game, my heart rate needs to come down. It can't get back up, and I can't get frustrated and want to throw a controller through a screen. I don't do that, but when I get agitated, that's why I like the Yakuza. You just running around Asian towns in Hawaii. You go into Hawaii in a couple of these games, and you just beat up bad guys. You know what? You just mash buttons. I like just mashing the buttons. I'm sure if I thought about it, there are other games out there that I like, but those are the ones that come to mind. All right, that's it. There'll be other stuff on the way. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.